Hello, everybody. Yoko007 here, bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game, we've got the 18-5 Chicago Cubs taking on the 7-17 Washington Nationals. This is game 2 of a 3-game series between the Cubs and the Nats. Cubs took the first game. Are the Cubs able to win game 2, or will the Nats be able to tie the series up? We'll find out in 9 innings time. And here is the starting lineup for the Chicago Cubs, leading off the center fielder, Reed Johnson. Batting second, the shortstop, Ryan Thurrott. Batting third, the first baseman, Derek Lee. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the third baseman, Amiris Ramirez. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Daryl Ward. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Mark DeRosa. Batting seventh, the catcher, Giovanni Soto. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Ronnie Sindo. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Carlos Zambrano. On the mound for the Nationals, it is Matt Chico. He'll come in today's game with a starting ERA of a 5.40. He's got no wins and 1 loss. He's pitched 25 innings, 31 hits, 15 strikeouts, and 7 walks. We're here at Nationals Park, which gives a -2 to strikeouts, a +2 to walks, and nothing to home runs. And with that, Reed Johnson steps up into the batter's box, and we're ready for the first pitch of the game. He comes into the game with an average of a 359. And the pitch, and that's going to be a 5-5, column 5, row 5, strikeout on a 1-8. The 13 is too high. And that is going to be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. That is going to be a ground ball to Guzman. He'll get the ball, throw it over to Johnson, and that'll be out number 1. Let's take a look at the starting defense for the Washington Nationals. We've got Penna out there in left field. Harris will be at center. Kearns will be in right. Going around the horn, we've got Zimmerman on third. Guzman will be at short. Lopez at second. Johnson will be on first. Estrada will be behind the plate. And Chico will be on the mound. Ryan Thurrott batting a 358. And the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-4, column 6, row 4, double question mark. Now, on a double question mark off the pitcher card, that is right now, that is the only thing we follow. So, and that is going to be on it's a single on a 1-18. That is an 11. So with that, Thurrott will get on with a base hit. They are going to send him, and that is a 10. So for stolen base, that is a 2. We take a look at the stolen base rating of the pitcher. That is a 0. Estrada will give a +1, so that's where we get the 14. We roll 1d20 against the 14. It is a 10. And if it's a 13 to 19, if it's equal to or less than the stolen base rating, the batter is safe. Otherwise, if it was higher, it would be out. So Thurrott will steal second. Derek Lee batting a 358 infield at normal depth. And the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-1, column 6, row 1. That is a split result. Now, split results off of the pitcher card. We resolve those as we take a look at the batter. Is the batter left or right-handed? In this case, Derek Lee, who is a right-handed batter, will look to the right-handed side of the slash. And that is a blank. And that'll be a 6-3, column 6, row 3. It's a base hit down the third baseline past Zimmerman. Thurrott will go to third as he waved around home. as he waved around to go towards home. He'll go home on a he'll go from second to home on a 4 through 6, sorry. Base run rating is a 4. And the Cubs get on the board early. It's 1-0 Chicago on an RBI single by Derek Lee. Amaris Ramirez batting a .318. Strategy roll is an 8. Infield at double play depth. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-5, column 4, row 5. That is a strikeout on a 1-7. The 11 is too high. Ramirez, 2-1, column 2, row 1. Fly ball back there to Penna. Penna goes back, makes the catch. And that puts 2 away. So with 2 outs, we add a +1 to the base run rating. Strategy roll is a 12. And that's going to bring up Dale Ward. Ward batting a 148. And that is going to be a 4-6, column 4, row 6. That's a possible error on a throw. So on an error on a throw, we're going to check the number in the brackets, but whose error range are we checking? 4-1, column 4, row 1. Double star 4. It's going to be a fly ball to Harris. His error range is a 0. That is a 13. No error there. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on for the Cubs. We go to the bottom of the first, and here is the starting lineup for the Washington Nationals. We're leading off the second baseman, Felipe Lopez. Batting second, the shortstop, Christian Guzman. Batting third, the third baseman, Ryan Zimmerman. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Nick Johnson. Batting fifth, the center fielder, Willie Harris. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Austin Kearns. Batting seventh, the catcher, Johnny Estrada. Batting eighth, the left fielder, Willie Mo Penna. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Matt Chico. On the mound for the Cubs, we've got Carlos Zambrano. He'll come in today's game with a starting ERA of a 2.38. He's got 4 wins and no losses. He's pitched 34 innings, allowed 28 hits, 29 strikeouts, and 11 walks. And with that, Felipe Lopez will step up into the batter's box. He's batting a .210. And the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-4, column 5, row 4. That's going to be a walk on a 1-11. Remember, we add 2 to the range for the walk. So that's where we get the 11 from. On a 1-11, that is an 8, and that is going to be good for a walk. And with that, Lopez will trot on down to first. And let's take a look at the starting defense for the Chicago Cubs. We've got DeRosa out there in left field. Johnson will be in center. Ward will be at right. Going around the horn, we've got Ramirez on third. Thera will be at short. Sindo on second. Lee's playing first. Soto behind the plate. And Zambrano will be on the mound. Infield is at double play depth. Strategy roll is a 13. So the Nationals are holding off, and that's going to bring up Christian Guzman. Guzman batting a .333. And the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-4, column 5, row 4. A walk again, this time on a 1-6. The 13 is too high. Guzman, 6-2, column 6, row 2. That's going to be a ground ball to Sindo. Sindo will make the catch. We're going to check for double play rating. Ground double play is a 0. Therod's pivot is a 0 on a G4. The pivot is the shortstop. So it's a 1 to 3 range. We take 1d6. We roll it against the ground double play rating. And the rule says if the roll is less than or equal to the ground double play rating, it becomes a double play. In this case, it's a double play. double play, clears everyone off the bases, and that's going to bring up Ryan Zimmerman, batting a .235, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-3, column 5, row 3. That is a hit by pitch. Carlos will give a -1 to the hit by pitch range. That is a 4. The 7 is too high. And that is going to be a 6-6, column 6, row 6. That's a base hit past the shortstop. So with that, Zimmerman will get on with a base hit. Nick Johnson batting a .250, strategy roll is a 12, infield normal depth, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-4, column 6, row 4, home run chance on a 1-17. The 5 is in range. Now, it needs to be a 15 or less. So, on an HR question mark, first thing we do is we check the pitcher's home run range. If the D20 is in his home run range, in this case it's a 1-17, he passes the first part of the check. It's a two-play check. Now, if the D20 is 15 or less, it's a home run. If it's 16 to 20, the home run does not happen, and we'll resolve the play using the 2d6. It's a 4. The home run happens, and that ball is out of here. Fly ball down the left field side. DeRosa goes back. Can't make it. It's into the stands. And Nick Johnson with a big 2-run home run puts the Nationals on the board and in the lead. It's 2-1 Nats. And for Johnson, that is his 6th home run of the replay. Johnson hit 5 home runs in the actual season. He's hit 6 so far in the replay. And that's going to bring up Willie Harris. He's batting a .241. And that is going to be a 6-2, column 6, row 2, double star. Remember, now in this case, Harris is a left-handed batter. So on the pitcher card, we'll look to the left-handed side of the slash. And that's going to be a fly ball to DeRosa. And that will retire the side. So 2 runs, 2 hits, and no errors, and none left on for the Nats. After 1, it's Nationals 2, Cubs 1. We go to the top of the 2nd, and it's going to be Mark DeRosa, Giovanni Soto, and Ronnie Sindo due up for the Cubbies. Mark DeRosa batting a .276. And the pitch, and that's going to be a 5-4, column 5, row 4, and that result is a @ symbol. If you roll, and your result is one of the @ symbols on the pitcher card, you'll resolve the play using the ballpark card. So we're going to resolve this play off of the Nationals ballpark card. And that is going to be a 2-2, column 2, row 2. It's a pop-up. Estrada will get behind it. And it looks like it's an even roll, no error on that. It was probably also an error check on that, so no error. He'll make the catch and that'll put 1 away. Giovanni Soto batting a .398 and the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-1, column 4, row 1. It's a range play. Whose range are we checking? And that is going to be a 4-4, column 4, row 4. It's an S9, it's to Kearns. Kearns is range. Now, the range is the first number in the defense numbers that you see there. So if it's a 4, 3, if it's a 1 to 4, he'll make the catch. If it's a 5 or 6, he'll miss it. It's a 1, he makes the catch. Kearns had a hustle to make that catch, and he's 7 for 11 on his range plays. Ronnie Sindo batting a .310, 2 up, 2 down. And that is going to be a 6-4, column 6, row 4, double question mark, single on a 1 to 18. That is a 17. It's in range, and that'll be good for a base hit. So with that, Sindo will get on with a base hit. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Carlos Zambrano. Zambrano batting a .313. Strategy roll is a 10, 2 outs. Infield at normal depth, and here is the pitch. Zambrano, 3-4, column 3, row 4. It's a wild pitch. Now, on a wild pitch, we do have a runner on. On a 1 to 2, it's a pass ball. It's a 20. Nothing happens. However, Zambrano, 5-1, column 5, row 1, power hit to Kearns. Now, Zambrano, on a 1 to 4, it's a single. 5 to 11 makes it a double, and if it's a 12 to 19, he smacks a triple. It's a 7. That's going to be good for a double. And Kearns will have to go chase it, throws it back to Lopez. That'll hold the runners as Zambrano smacks a double, puts the runners on second and third. Sindo will hold at third, and the rule says if it's a D9 on first to home, it's a -2. Kearns gives nothing. And we take a look at the first die on a 2 through 5. If the roll is less than or equal to the adjusted base runner rating, the runner will advance. Otherwise, they hold. So if Sindo has a base run rating of a 2, we take a look at the first die. That is a 3, and he will hold. We go to the top of the order, Reed Johnson. He's 0 for 1. Strategy rolls a 14, and the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. It's a range play. Whose range are we checking? And that is going to be a L4. It's a 1-1, column 1, row 1. It's a line drive to Lopez. On a 1 to 2, Lopez will make the catch. Anything else, he won't. It's a 4. He can't make it. He tries to dive for it, but he misses the ball. 1 run will score. Zambrano goes to third as he waved around to go to home. He'll go from second to home on a 3 through 6. Base run rating is a 2. He'll score on that one. It's 3 to 2 Cubs. They take the 1-run lead and they flip the scoreboard back to the Cubs. It's a 2-run RBI single by Reed Johnson. Still attempt for Johnson. They're not going to send him. Ryan Thurrott is 1 for 1 with a run scored. And that is going to be a 2-1, column 2, row 1. That is a strikeout on a 1 to 2. The 3 is too high. 3-4, column 3, row 4. It's a ground ball to Lopez. Lopez this time will make the catch. Real quick, Lopez on his ranges. He's 2 for 9. And that will be out number 3. 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors, and 1 left on for the Cubs. We go to the bottom of the second. Austin Kearns, Johnny Estrada, and Willie Mo Pena do up for the Nats. Austin Kearns batting a .220, and the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-4, column 4, row 4. That is a strikeout on a 1 to 8. The 6 in range struck him out. Struck him out, and that's going to bring up Johnny Estrada. Estrada batting a 160. One out, nobody on. And that is going to be a 4-4. Column 4, row 4. That is a strikeout. On a 1-2, the 17 is too high. And that is going to be a 4-4. Column 4, row 4. Double star 2. It's a ground ball down the third baseline. Ramirez will get that. Quickly picks it up, throws it over to Lee. And out number 2. 2 up, 2 down, and that's going to bring up Willie Mo Pena, batting a 231. 2 up, 2 down. Nobody on. And the pitch. Infield normal depth. And that is going to be a 4-4. Column 4, row 4. That is a strikeout on a 1-13. The 19 is too high. And that is going to be a 3-4. Column 3, row 4. It's a ground ball to Thurrott. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left on as the Cubs retire the Nats in order. It's 3 up, 3 down. After 2, it's Cubs 3, Nationals 2. We go to the top of the third. Derek Lee, Amiris Ramirez, and Dale Ward due up for the Cubbies. Derek Lee batting, he's 1 for 1 today with an RBI. And the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-5. Column 5. Row 5, strikeout on a 1-5. The 19 is too high. And that is going to be a 4-2. Column 4, row 2. It's a ground ball down the third baseline to Zimmerman. He'll make the catch. And that'll put one away. Amiris Ramirez, who is 0 for 1, and the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-2. Column 3. Row 2, that is a blank. Ramirez being a right-handed batter, so on the pitcher card we look to the right-handed side. And that is going to be a 3-6. Column 3, row 6. It's a fly ball to Pena. Pena, all he has to do is come in for it, sees it, runs for it, makes the catch, and puts 2 away. 2 up, 2 down, Dale Ward, 0 for 1, and the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-4. Column 4, row 4. Possible error. Now, on an error check, that is the number in the brackets. Whose error range are we checking? We're checking Zimmerman's. And that is going to be a 2-6. Column 2, row 6. It's a ground ball to Zimmerman. His error range is on a 1-7. It's a 17. No error there. And that will retire the side as the Nationals retire the Cubs in order. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the third. Matt Chico, Felipe Lopez, and Christian Guzman due up for the Nats. Chico. And are they going to let Chico is going to take the hit here. Chico 6-1, column 6. Row 1, that is a strikeout on a 1-20. That is a 1. Struck him out. Struck him out, and we go to the top of the order. Felipe Lopez walked his last time up at bat, and here is the pitch. Lopez 5-6, column 5, row 6. That is a walk on a 1-11. The 19 is too high. And that is going to be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. It's a ground ball to Sindo, who'll make the catch. And that'll put 2 away. 2 up, 2 down, Christian Guzman, 0 for 1, and the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-5, column 6, row 5, double question mark, double star on a 1-20. That is a 20. Struck him at. And that is now double star off the picture card. If you roll a double star on the picture card, if you're playing the physical cards and dice game, you'll take 1d6, roll it against the double star line. In this case, in the PC game, it'll randomly choose it. It's a ground ball to Thurrott. He'll make the catch, throw it to Lee, And that'll be out number 3, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, and no errors as the Cubs retire the Nats in order. After 3, it's Cubs 3, Nats 2. We go to the top of the 4th. It's Mark DeRosa, Giovanni Soto, and Ronnie Sindo due up for the Cubbies. Mark DeRosa batting a .270. He's 0 for 1. And the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-2, column 6, row 2. Possible error on a ground ball. And that is going to be a 3-3, column 3, row 3. No, it's a base hit past second base to Lopez. We're going to check for his error range anyhow. Lopez's error range is a 7. That is an 18. There is no error there. So with that, DeRosa will get on with a base hit. So stolen base, they're going to assign him. That is a 1. It's a steal attempt. His stolen base rating is a 20. That makes it a 21. And it's a 20. He's thrown out. He got caught trying to steal second. They throw him out. He got thrown out. The one number he did not want to see on the check was a 20. He got thrown out trying to get back to the base. Ronnie Sindo, 1 for 1 with a run scored. Infield normal depth, 6-5, column 6, row 5. That is a strikeout on a 1-8. That is a 4. Struck him out. Struck him out, and that's going to bring up Carlos Zambrano, 1 for 1 today with a double and a run scored. And here is the pitch, 2 outs, nobody on. Zambrano, 4-6, column 4, row 6. Possible error on a throw. And that is going to be a 2-4, column 2, row 4. It's a base hit in the left field. And Penna's error range is on a 1-9. That is an 8. It's in range. It's a throwing error. Penna throws it wide, trying to throw it back to Johnson. It's a 1 base error. And Zambrano will go to second on an E7. He throws it wild to Johnson. He can't get it. Zambrano goes to second, and we go to the top of the order. It's Reed Johnson, 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Strategy roll is a 6, and here is the pitch. 2 outs, 1 on, infield normal depth. And that is going to be a 1-6, column 1, row 6. That is going to be a walk. On a 1-10, the 11 is too high. And that is going to be a 4-5, column 4, row 5. It's a base hit into center field. Zambrano goes to third. The stop sign goes up. And he'll hold. That'll put runners on the corners. Base run rating is a 4. The die roll is a 5. Remember, if the die roll is higher than the base run rating, he will hold. We go to the top of the order. Ryan Thurrott is 1 for 2 today with an RBI. With a run scored. And here is the pitch. Strategy roll is a 3, by the way. Cubs holding off. And that is going to be a 2-6, column 2, row 6. That is a strikeout. On a 1-2, the 20 is too high. And that is going to be a 1-1, column 1, row 1. Power hit to Kearns. On a 1 to 4, it's a single. 5 to 11, double. 12 to 14, it's a triple. It's a 16. Kearns makes the catch. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, 3 hits, and 1 error, and 2 left on for the Cubs. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Ryan Zimmerman, Nick Johnson, and Willie Harris due up for the Nats. Ryan Zimmerman, 1 for 1 with a run scored. And the pitch. And that is going to be a 1-1. Column 1, row 1, that is a blank. Zimmerman, 2-6, column 2, row 6, it's a doubled award. Smacks a double out there in the right field, and with that, Zimmerman will hustle a second, and he will hold. Nick Johnson, 1 for 1 with a home run, a walk, and 2 RBIs. Runner on second. Strategy roll is a 2. The Nationals are holding off. We're at normal depth for the infield and the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-4, column 3. Row 4, that is a strikeout on a 1 to 8. That is an 8. Struck him out. And that'll put 1 away. Willie Harris, 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 9. And the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-4. Column 5, row 4. That is a walk on a 1 to 15. The 3 is in range, and that is going to be good for a walk. So runners on first and second, that's going to bring up Austin Kearns. Kearns is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Strategy roll is a 12, and here is the pitch. Double depth, infield is at double play depth. 3-6, column 3, row 6. That is a strikeout on a 1 to 8. The 16 is too high. And that is going to be a 3-3, column 3, row 3. Fly ball back there to Ward. Ward eyes it up, makes the catch, and makes the out. We'll check to see if Zimmerman will advance to third. On an F9, we subtract 0. Ward adds 2. We'll roll 1d6 against the base run rating. And if the d6 is less than or equal to the adjusted base run rating, the runner advances to third. In this case, he does. The tying run is 90 feet away. Strategy roll is an 11. Nationals are holding off, and that's going to bring up Johnny Estrada. 0 for 1. Strategy roll is an 11. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-2, column 3, row 2. It's a range play. Whose range are we checking? And that is going to be a 6-3, column 6, row 3. It's a fly ball to Johnson. His range is on a 1 to 3. Johnson goes back. It's a 3. He makes the catch. He makes a diving catch, so it slides a little bit in the grass, but he makes the catch for the out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and the Nationals will leave 2 stranded after 4. It's Cubs 3, Nats 2. We go to the top of the 5th. Derek Lee, Emiris Ramirez, and Daryl Ward due up for the Cubbies. Taking a look at Matt Chico, he can face 5 more batters before he is considered tired. Derek Lee up. He's 1 for 2 today with an RBI, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-1, column 2, row 1. That is a strikeout On a 1 to 5, the 8 is too high. And that is going to be a 5-4, column 5, row 4, double star 1. That's a fly ball to Penna. Penna will make the catch. And that'll be 1 away. Ramirez is 0 for 2, and here is the pitch. Ramirez, 2-4, column 2, row 4, home run check. On a 1 to 10, the 5 is in range, so it passes the first part of the check from the pitcher. Now, Ramirez is a 1 to 6 for his home run range. Does he get it? It's a 16 no. Instead, it's a fly ball to Kearns. Kearns will make the catch. It's a 4-2. So outside of the range, does not hit the home run. So we check the 2D6. And in this case, it's a fly ball back there to Kearns. Will make the catch. And that'll put 2 away. 2 up, 2 down, and Darrell Ward, who is 0 for 2. And here is the pitch. The pitch to Ward, 5-3, column 5, row 3. That is a strikeout. On a 1 to 9, the 13 is too high. And that is going to be a 5-4, column 5, row 4. It's a fly ball back there. Harris will get underneath it. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors as the Cubs go down. As the Cubs are retired in order, we go to the bottom of the 5th. Willie Mo Penna, Matt Chico, and Felipe Lopez due up for the Nats. Willie Mo Penna is 0 for 1 and the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-1, column 3, row 1. That is a strikeout. On a 1 to 13, the 17 is too high. And that is going to be a 5-3, column 5, row 3. It's a base hit past second base, past the shortstop, sorry. They're out. As he smacks that one into the outfield. Penna's on with a base hit. And with that, Matt Chico is 0 for 1, struck out his last time up, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 1-5, column 1, row 5. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 3-2, column 3, row 2, double star 1, ground ball to Sindo. He'll make the catch. And we'll check for double play rating. That is a 0. However, the die roll is higher. And the rule says if the ball is greater than the runner on first, it's a force out. So in this case, Penna is forced out at second. And Chico is on by fielder's choice. One out. We go to the top of the order. Felipe Lopez, 0 for 1 with a walk. Infield still at double play depth. Strategy roll is an 11, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-3. Column 3, row 3. That is a walk. On a 1 to 11, the 18 is too high. And that is going to be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. It's a ground ball to the shortstop. Throwout will make the catch there. And on a 6 this time, the roll, so double play rating 0, 0. It's a 3, 1d6 against the 3. That is a 6. Remember, the pivot this case is second base, according to the pivot chart here. So a roll of a 6. The play is at first only. Chico advances to second. 2 out, and they get him out at first. That's going to bring up Christian Guzman. Guzman is 0 for 2. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-4, column 3, row 4. That is a strike. On a 1 to 5, the 12 is too high. And that is going to be a 3-5, column 3, row 5. That's a fly ball back there. Johnson goes back, makes the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, and no errors, and 1 left on. After 5, it's Cubs 3, Nationals 2. We go to the top of the 6th. And that is going to be Mark DeRosa, Giovanni Soto, and Ronnie Sindo due up for the Cubs. Mark DeRosa batting is 1 for 2 today. Chico can face 2 more batters before he's considered tired. Bullpen for the Nats starting to warm up. And that is going to be a 1-6, column 1, row 6. That is a walk on a 1 to 17. The 16 is in range, and we'll start off with a walk. So that's the first walk allowed by Matt Chico. Giovanni, runner on first. Strategy roll is a 6. Infield at double play depth, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-2, column 6. Row 2, possible error on a ground ball. And that is going to be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. That's a pop-up. Zimmerman underneath it. Chico pointing at it. Turns to the third baseman. Zimmerman comes in onto the infield grass. Makes the catch and puts 1 away. Chico is now tired. Now, if we roll a 2-3, a 6-3, or a 6-4 off of the pitcher card, we'll automatically have to we'll have to go right to the bullpen. Ronnie Sindo 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a home run. And that is going to be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. It's a home run on a 1 to 3. The 20 is too high. And instead, that's going to be a 1-5, column 1, row 5. Fly ball back there to Pena. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 2 away. Carlos Zambrano, he is 2 for 2 with a double and a homer and a run scored. Strategy roll is a 3. They are going to let him take the hit here. Chico tired. And that is going to be a 2-5, column 2, row 5. That is a walk on a 1 to 2. The 5 is too high. Chico, 6-4, column 6, row 4. It's a base hit to Kearns. And this time, Carlos Zambrano will get on by a single. DeRosa will go to second. Stop sign goes up for DeRosa as Kearns throws it to Lopez, to the cutoff man. DeRosa base run rating is a 2. The die roll is a 3. And that'll hold the runners at first and second. Strategy roll is a 3. Cubs holding off. We go to the top of the order. Reed Johnson, 2 for 3. 2 RBIs on the day. And here is the pitch. Infield, normal depth. And that is going to be a 6-1, column 6, row 1. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 4-6, column 4, row 6. That is a double to Kearns. 1 run will score. It's an RBI double. Zambrano will go to third. He holds. They're going to keep him out there. They need 1 more. It's 4-2. Pull rating for Chico, done. He is completely exhausted. They're asking him to at least get 1 more out. Strategy roll is a 2. The infield's at normal depth. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a 1-6, column 1, row 6. That is a walk. On a 1 to 18, the 17 is too high, and that will load the bases. And that is going to do it for Matt Chico. So they are going to the bullpen. Skipper is coming out, and this is the call to the Nats bullpen. And they are going to bring in Marco Estrada will come in. Estrada will come in to see if they can get the last out with him. ERA 4.50 for Estrada. No wins and no losses. He's pitched 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Real quick, taking a look at the stats here for Matt Chico. He went 5 2/3 innings, allowed 10 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, and ERA of a 5.57. Responsible for the loaded bases, Derek Lee, 1 for 3 with an RBI. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-2, column 5, row 2, possible error on a throw. Whose error range are we checking? 3-3, column 3, row 3, base hit to Lopez. Error range is on a 1 to 7 to 19, no error there. And the bases are still loaded, and it's 5-2, Cubs with a 3-run lead here in the top of the 6th. Strategy roll was a 14. Ramirez is up. He's 0 for 3. And the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-4. Column 4, row 4. This time he gets hit by the pitch. Estrada will give a +10. That makes it a 20. The 11 is in range. He gets hit. That's going to bring in another run. It's 6-2. Daryl Ward, 0 for 3. Strategy this time is a 2. It's a 4-run game. And that is going to be a 3-1, column 3, row 1. That is a strikeout on a 1 to 9. The 14 is too high. And that is going to be a 6-5, column 6, row 5. It's a double to Harris. Double to Harris, and 1 run will score. 2 runs score, actually. Ramirez will go to 3rd. Ward goes to 2nd. It's 8-2. Strategy roll is a 6, and this time it says, we take a look at the second die roll, that is a 2. The lead runner is thrown out. Ramirez, gunning it for a home, is thrown out. But if the trailing runner's BR with no adjustments is greater than or equal to the die roll, he advances on the throw. That is a 1. The die roll is a 2. Ramirez thrown out. He's trying to score. Harris guns it for home. Estrada makes the catch. Ramirez slides in. A bunch of dust goes up, and the umpire calls him out. And that will retire the side. 5 runs, 4 hits, and no errors, and 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Ryan Zimmerman, Nick Johnson, and Willie Harris due up for the Nationals. Ryan Zimmerman 2 for 2 today with a double and a run. Carlos Zambrano can face 7 more batters before he is considered tired. Zimmerman, the pitch. 6-5. Column 6, row 5. That is a double star. Single on a 1. The 2 is too high. Zimmerman, 4-6. Column 4, row 6. Line drive back up the middle to Zambrano. He'll make the catch, throw it over. Throws it to Lee for out number 1, and that'll be 1 away. Nick Johnson, 1 for 2 today with a home run, a strikeout, a run, and 2 RBIs. And the pitch. 6-3, column 6, row 3. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 6-4, column 6, row 4. That is a ground ball to Thurrott. Thurrott will make the catch, throw it over to Lee. And that'll put 2 away. 2 up, 2 down. Willie Harris is 0 for 1 with a walk and the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-4, column 3, row 4. That is a strikeout on a 1-5. The 9 is too high. And that is going to be a 6-4-5, column 4, row 5. That's a fly ball. Johnson will make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left on as the Cubs retire the Nationals in order. After 6, it's Cubs 8. That's 2. We go to the top of the 7th. It's going to be Mark DeRosa, Giovanni Soto, and Ronnie Sindo due up for the Cubs. DeRosa 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. They're sending Estrada back out there on the mound. He can face 3 more batters. We'll see what happens in the top half of the 7th. It's going to be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. That's going to be a walk plus. Now, walk plus, we add 10, plus 2 for the ballpark, so we're adding 12 on a 1-27. That is a 1, and that is definitely going to be a walk. So DeRosa will go on first. Strategy rolls are turned off, and the reason they're turned off is we take the difference of the score. It's a 6-run game. We add it to the inning we're in, so 6 plus 7 is 13. If the number you get is higher than 10, strategy rolls are turned off until that number comes down under 10. Giovanni Soto, 0 for 2 and the pitch. Runner on first, infield, normal depth. And that is going to be a 2-5, column 2, row 5, strikeout on a 1-8. The 16 is too high. And that is going to be a 2-2, column 2, row 2, double star 6. Fly ball back there. Kearns will get underneath it, makes the catch. And that puts 1 away. Ronnie Sindo, 1 for 3 with a strikeout and a run and the pitch. Sending Sindo back out there. 5-6, column 5, row 6. That is a walk on a 1-14. The 17 is too high. And that is going to be a 6-1, column 6, row 1. Ground ball to Guzman. Guzman will make the catch. And we'll check to see if it's a double play. The die roll is a 2. Now, in this case, the die roll is higher than the ground double play rating. It's a -2. That makes it a 0. We can't go lower than 0. The die roll is a 1. What happens now? Well, in this case, DeRosa will go to second. So he will advance to second. And the out is at first. So he'll make the out at first. DeRosa will go to second. Now, in this case, when the die roll is greater than the ground double play rating, but lower than the base run rating, the runner automatically advances with the out taking place at first. Carlos Zambrano, 3 for 3 today with a double and 2 runs. Estrada tired, just needs the 1 more out, and that is going to be a 6-5, column 6, row 5. That is a strike on a 1-13. The 20 is too high. And that is going to be a 6-5, column 6, row 5, ground ball to Zimmerman. He'll make the catch, throw it over to Johnson. Out number 3. Sing, take me out to the ball game. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on for the Cubs. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Austin Kearns, Johnny Estrada, and Willie Mo Pena due up for the Nats. Let's take a look at the box score after 6.5 have been played here in Washington. The Cubs came out strong, scored a run in the first, 2 runs in the second, 5 big runs in the 6th inning, 8 runs on 12 hits and no errors. The Nationals scored 2 runs all the way back in the 1st inning, and they have been held scoreless since. 2 runs on 4 hits, and they have committed 1 error. If you go to the bottom of the 7th, it's Austin Kearns, Johnny Estrada, and Willie Mo Pena due up. And with that, Zambrano will go back out there on the mound. He can face 4 more batters. The bullpen for the Cubs starting to warm up. Austin Kearns, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-4, column 6, row 4, home run on a 1-14. The 3, it does pass the first part of the check. It needs to be a 9 or less. It's a 15, does not pass. So we take a look at the die roll. It's a 5-1, column 5, row 1. It's a double star 4. It's a fly ball back there to DeRosa. DeRosa will make the catch, and that'll put 1 away. Johnny Estrada, 0 for 2, and the pitch. Estrada, 3-2, column 3, row 2, range play. Whose range are we checking? That's going to be a 2-1, column 2, row 1, double star 3. It's a ground ball to Thurrott. His range is on a 1-3. That is a 1. Thurrott will make the catch, throw it to Lee. And that is out number 2. He's 3 for 5 on his range checks. Willie Mo Pena, 1 for 2, and the pitch. 2 up, 2 down. And that is going to be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. Strikeout on a 1-13. That is a 4. Struck him out! So no runs, no hits, and no errors as the Cubs retire the Nats. In order, we go. After 7, it's Cubs 8, Nationals 2. We go to the top of the 8th. Top of the order for the Cubs. It's Reed Johnson, Ryan Thurrott, and Derek Lee due up for the Cubs. And with that, Marco Estrada. We do have a new pitcher on the mound to start off the top of the 8th. And they are going to bring in Luis Alia. Actually, they're going to bring in Joe Haranahan to come in. Joe comes into the game with a 7.14 ERA. He's got no wins and no losses, 2 saves, 6 1/3 innings, allowed 6 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 6 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Marco, he went 1 1/3 inning, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 1 hit by pitch, an ERA of a 4.93. And Matt Chico, he went 5 2/3 innings, allowed 10 hits, 7 runs, 7 earned runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, an ERA of a 6.45. Top of the order, Reed Johnson, 3 for 4 today with a double, a run, and it's been a 3 RBI day for him. And the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-5. Column 5, row 5, strikeout on a 1-8, 17 too high. And that's going to be a 1-5, column 1, row 5. It's a ground ball to Zimmerman. He'll make the catch. And that'll be 1 away. Ryan Thurrott, 1 for 3 with a walk and 2 runs. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-3, column 6, row 3, double star, single and a 1-6. The 19 is too high. And that is going to be a 2-3, column 2, row 3. It's a ground ball to Lopez. Lopez makes the catch, and that puts 2 away. 2 up, 2 down, and that will bring up Derek Lee. Lee is 2 for 4 with a run and 2 RBIs, and the pitch. 5-4, column 5, row 4, strikeout on a 1-7. The 20 is too high. And that is going to be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. It's a ground ball to Harahan. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors as the Cubs go down in order. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Joe Harahan, Felipe Lopez, and Christian Guzman do up. Carlos Zambrano is done, and we do have a couple changes to the defense. First of all, DeRosa coming out at left field, and they are going to send. So DeRosa will come out. Johnson going to take over at left field. Center field. Yep. So center field, that is going to be Felix Pye. Pye will take over at third base. Okay, so at third base, Cendo is going to come out at third. So, yeah, so second base, that is going to be, yeah. So Cendo is going to come out. DeRosa will take over there. Front note will take over at second. So that is, yep, and that is good. Those are the only changes they're going to make. So Johnson now will be playing at left field. DeRosa is playing third. Pye at center field, and front note is on second. Ward's still out there in right field. Carlos Zambrano done. They are in the lead, so they're going to bring in Michael Waltrip. No double switch on the order. Michael will come into the game with a 0.97 ERA. He's pitched 9 1/3 innings, allowed 5 hits, 4 strikeouts, and no walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Carlos. He went 7 innings, allowed 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 1 home run. An ERA of a 2.41. Joe Harahan not taking the hit here. And they're going to bring in Pete Orr. Orr going to come in to pinch hit. Orr batting a .222. And that is going to be a 5-6. Column 5, row 6. That is a walk. On a 1-5, the 14 is too high. And that is going to be a 4-6, column 4, row 6, double star 4, ground ball to Thurrott. He'll make the catch, and that'll be 1 away. Top of the order, Felipe Lopez, 0 for 2 with a walk and the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-6, column 6, row 6, home run on a 1-5. The 11 is too high. And that is going to be a 4-5, column 4, row 5. It's a power hit to Pi. On a 1 to 7, it's a single. 8 to 10, double. 11 to 13, it's a triple. 14 to 20, it's a fly up. It's an 11. He smacks a triple. And Lopez hustles to third. Pi having to go chase it. And that's going to bring up Christian Guzman. Guzman 0 for 3. Is Guzman going to take the hit? He is. And they're leaving Lopez on third. And that is going to be a 1-6. Column 1, row 6, double star, ground ball to front note. Front note will make the catch. And are they going to try to score the runner? No, they are not. So the out is at first. 2 outs. Lopez on third. And that is going to bring up Ryan Zimmerman. Zimmerman 2 for 3 today with a double and a run. And the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-2, column 3, row 2, hit by pitch. Michael will give a -10. That is a 0. That makes it a 0. The 17 is too high. And that is going to be a 2-5, column 2, row 5, line drive up the middle. Warches makes a backhand catch, throws it over to Lee. And that will retire the... And that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. After 8, it's Cubs 8, Nationals 2. We go to the top of the 9th. So we go to the top of the 9th, and that's going to be Mark DeRosa, Dale Ward, and Felix Pi due up for the Cubs. And with that, the Nats are going to bring in Luis Aaliyah. Aaliyah is going to come in to pitch. Aaliyah will come in with a 6.72 ERA, no wins and 1 loss. He's pitched 6 2/3 innings, allowed 11 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Joel, he went 1 inning, an ERA of a 6.17. Let's take a look at the box score after 8 had been played here at Nationals Park. The Cubs scored a run in the first, 2 in the second, 5 in the sixth, and they've been shut out in the last 2 innings. 8 runs on 12 hits and no errors. The Nationals, 2 in the first. They've been shut out since the second inning. It's 2 runs on 5 hits and 1 error. Will we see some 9th inning magic? We do have a couple changes to the Nationals defense. Penna coming out at left field, and they are going to send over. So at left field, Penna is going to come out. Harris will take over at left field. Center field will be Roger. On that, at second base, at the top of the order, it's going to be Pete Orr. Pete Orr is going to take over at second base. First base, they're going to leave that alone. Yeah. So actually, they're going to bring in Ronnie Bellard to take over at first. So that is the way that the lineup is going to be. They're not going to do a double switch. They're Brendan Harris staying at center field. So that is the change there. And DeRosa, 1 for 2 with 2 walks and a run and the pitch. Will we see some ninth inning magic? We're going to start off with a 6-3, column 6, row 3, range play at the ballpark. We're going to go to Nationals Park, and that's going to be a 2-5, column 2, row 5. That's going to be good for a base hit, pass, or. His range is on a 1-3. That is a 3, or makes the catch. And Pete Orr is 2 for 2 on his range plays. 1 away, Dale Ward, 1 for 4 with a double and an RBI. And that is going to be a 2-4, column 2, row 4, hit by pitch. Aaliyah will give a +4. That makes it a 4. The 8 is too high. And that is going to be a 3-2, column 3, row 2, pop up, or underneath it, makes the catch. And that puts 2 away. Felix Pye batting a .333. And here is the pitch. Pye, 3-3, column 3, row 3, strikeout on a 1-14. The 19 is too high. And that is going to be a 4-2, column 4, row 2, ground ball, Bellard underneath it. He'll make the catch and retire the side, so no runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left on. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Ronnie Bellard, Willie Harris, and Austin Kearns due up for the Nationals. Nationals down by 6. It's 6 to tie. 7 to win. They need a score of 9 to win the game. And with that, Michael is done. So we do have a new pitcher on the mound for this, and they are going to bring in. I don't think we've ever seen Jeff on the mound, so let's take a look. No, we have. But Jeff is going to come into the game. He comes into the game with a 4.68 ERA. 1 win, no losses, no saves just yet. He's got a pitched 7 2/3 innings, allowed 10 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Michael, he went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, and ERA of a .87. Ronnie Bellard, he's batting a .439 and the pitch. Bellard, 3, Jeff, 3-4, column 3, row 4. That is a strikeout on a 1-7. That is a 2. Struck him out. Willie Harris. Harris is 0 for 2. Harris not going to take the hit here. So they are going to bring in Elijah Dukes. Duke's going to come in to pinch hit. Duke's batting a .167. And that is going to be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. Possible error on a ground ball. And that is going to be a 6-3, column 6, row 3. That is a base hit past Theorot. Error range on a 1-6, the 11 is too high. So, runner on first. Infield normal depth, 1 out. Austin Kearns is 0 for 3. Kearns going to take the hit. Kearns is going to take the hit here. And that is going to be a 6-6, column 6, row 6. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 4-3, column 4, row 3. It's a fly ball to Pye. He'll make the catch. And that'd be 2 away, and the Nationals are down to the last out. Johnny Estrada up. Estrada is 0 for 3. Estrada going to take the hit and the pitch. And that'll be a 2-2. Column 2, row 2, strikeout on a 1-2. The 4 is too high. 5-4, column 5, row 4, double star 6. It's a fly ball. Johnson runs back, makes the catch, and that's the ball game. As the Chicago Cubs defeat the Washington Nationals. Final score 8-2, no runs, 1 hit, and no errors, and the Nats will leave 1 stranded. Final line score coming right up. So the Chicago Cubs defeat the Washington Nationals. Final score 8-2. It's 8 runs on 12 hits and no errors for the Cubs. The Nationals 2 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. Carlos Zambrano will pick up his 5th straight win. Matt Chico picks up his 2nd loss. And Nick Johnson hits his 6th home run of the replay. Let's take a look at the stats here. Carlos Zambrano went 7 innings, allowed 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 1 home run, and ERA of a 2.41. Matt Chico picks up his 2nd straight loss. He went 5 2/3 innings, allowed 10 hits, 7 runs, 7 earned runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, and ERA of a 6.45. And the last pitcher's up for both teams. For the Cubs, Jeff, he went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 strikeout, an ERA of a 4.14. And Lewis, he also went 1 inning, an ERA of a 5.84. So that is going to do it for us here at Nationals Park, as the Cubs will improve to 19-5, and they go now to a 7-game winning streak. As they extend the winning streak to 7, the Nationals will drop to 7-18. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and a thumbs up on your way through the turnstile. And remember to click that bell notification to be notified of when new videos in the 2008 replay go up, and when I go live with all of the Philadelphia Phillies games. Until then, I'm Yoko007. We'll see you for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.